virtual volunteering, it's great during this pandemic. And the main thing I've been doing is transcribing. And transcribing is reviewing old documents such as newspapers and letters and tables and typing them into a printed form so it can be used for modern researchers. So I've been working with the Smithsonian and the Library of Congress. So at the Smithsonian, I've done 15 projects, 114 pages that I've transcribed, and I've reviewed 25 pages. And I've worked on some amazing projects. So I've worked with bird species with Panama and Peru. I've worked with the Freedmen's Bureau from the Civil War and the Italian arts correspondence. So I've seen some Italian artists correspond back and forth with their artwork. And one of the most interesting projects that I've worked on is called the Annie Jump Canon 60. And Annie Jump is a photographer, and she measured the temperature and the location of stars in the early 1900s. And it was very revolutionary for the time because she's a female scientist. So very inspirational for me as a STEM student. And I wrote the results of her experiments. They were all on the table, and I wrote them from her handwriting to a document. So if a scientist today wanted to look at her experiments, they would be able to see them because of the transcribing services that Smithsonian provides. And it was so cool. It's just so awesome because it's a scientist. I'm in her mind. I'm doing her experiments, and hopefully I did her some justice so people today can read them. And thing that I did, I was at the Library of Congress, and the main thing I worked on there is the Teddy Roosevelt project, and it's a big project they just started, working on all of his papers, correspondence between him, some major generals, some mayors, some governors, and family friends. And it's so awesome because I was in AP US history in high school, and I got to see him seeing history come alive in front of me, like never seen before, documents coming from Teddy Roosevelt. And Teddy Roosevelt was my teacher. He was his favorite president, so we learned a lot about him. So now I feel like I'm knowing him better just because I'm seeing letters that he wrote and letters coming to him and family, letters like say hello to the kids for me. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I just like learning more about him as a person. And in the future, I'm going to start working on papers from the 1918 pandemic. And it's very interesting because that's the last pandemic since we had from today. And I've started reading through them, and there are a lot of similarities between this pandemic and the pandemic today. And it's just so interesting to read all of them. I like the Smithsonian because number one, I'll show you this here. It gives you a PDF of everything that you do. It tells you the number of projects and like every page that you worked on. So I have like 7 pages here full of works that I've done, and it shows you the time and everything. So that's why I like the Smithsonian. But it's very easy to set up an account. You type in your email, and then you have a password, and it logs everything for you, and that's very nice. And then you pick a topic. They have a ton of projects that you like. They have science, politics, art, history, women's rights, civil war. They have everything that you can think of. So depending on your major, depending on your interest, you can pick whatever you'd like. So then you read like a quick tutorial how to do transcriptions and how to set up everything, and then you start writing and start typing. So they give you a quick little document, like on the left side you have words, and then on the right side you have a text box. So you read the words and you just type it, and it's very simple, very easy to get started. And if you don't know a word, they're very good with that. They're very it's very good for beginners, and it's just a very nice website overall. And it's nice because it tracks all the time, and it's very user friendly, a very nice website.